Good morning, students. Sai Ram. This session I am going to teach Science B. Now I am going to continue this chapter. Name of our chapter is Energy Flow in an Ecosystem. So what we had studied about this chapter, first I will do recap. Afterwards I will start today's topic. Are you ready, children? What we studied, energy pyramid. What is meant by energy pyramid? That means energy flow from one trophic level to another trophic level. So at the same time, while that energy is passing from one level to another level, that time that energy is gradually decreasing. That also I had told, isn't it? Next one is biogeochemical cycle. What is meant by biogeochemical cycle and what are the types of biogeochemical cycle, that also we studied. So biogeochemical cycle. What is meant by biogeochemical cycle? The cyclical flow of nutrients. The cyclical flow of nutrients within an ecosystem. It is called what? Biogeochemical cycle. And types. What are the types of biogeochemical cycle? There are two types. Can you say the name? Yes, gaseous cycle and sedimentary cycle. What is meant by gaseous cycle and what is meant by sedimentary cycle? That also we studied. What is meant by gaseous cycle? Children, see here, an accumulation of the, accumulation means already I told, gathered. Accumulation of the main abiotic gaseous nutrient materials is found in the Earth's atmosphere. That means Earth's atmosphere means, you know, that is envelope part. That means it's composed of air. So an accumulation of the main abiotic gaseous nutrient materials is found in the Earth's atmosphere. It includes nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water vapor, etc. It is what? Gaseous cycle. And sedimentary cycle, what will come? Yes, an accumulation of the main abiotic nutrient material is found in soil, sediment and sedimentary rocks. In gaseous cycle, atmosphere, but here sedimentary cycle, what will come? Soil, sediment, sedimentary rocks, etc. of the earth. That means it is related about, yes, lithosphere and hydrosphere. It includes soil components like iron, calcium, phosphorus, etc. Okay. Next one is why it is necessary. Importance of biogeochemical cycle. The cyclical flow of nutrients in an ecosystem, that is called biogeochemical cycle. What is the importance of this cycle for our environment? Biogeochemical cycles are important because they regulate the elements. They regulate the elements necessary for life on earth by cycling them through the biological and physical aspect of the world. So children, for the plants or animals, that some nutrients, some elements that plant want. Okay, so that elements they are getting from the soil. So that cyclical flow of nutrients, that is possible with the help of that biogeochemical cycle. Without biogeochemical cycle, we can't survive. That means living organisms cannot survive. So what is the main importance of biogeochemical cycle? Biogeochemical cycles are important because they regulate the elements necessary for life on earth by cycling them through the biological and physical aspect of the world. Biogeochemical cycles are a form of natural recycling. Okay, natural recycling of elements that allows the continuous survival of ecosystem. So with the help of the biogeochemical cycle only, that living organisms can survive on the earth. So without that cycle, we can't survive. That means living organisms cannot survive. Understood? This is the importance of biogeochemical cycle. Next one is who will affect. Who will affect the equilibrium of this cycle? That means biogeochemical cycle is affected by climatic changes. Some that disaster or some climatic changes and human activities. These two things seriously affect the speed, intensity and equilibrium of this cycle. So how the human activity affect the speed of that cycle? How it is? Yes, deforestation. And next one, deforestation and industrialization. Because of these activities, that speed, intensity and equilibrium of this cycle will be affected. Okay, so climatic changes and human activities. The gaseous cycle. Now some more points we are going to discuss about that gaseous cycle and sedimentation cycle. The gaseous cycle, which one is speed? So two cycles are there. Which one is speed? That gaseous cycle is speedier than the sedimentation cycle. So sedimentation means the settle below that earth, so that it will take time when comparing that gaseous cycle. Okay, so that gaseous cycle is speedier than the sedimentation cycle. For example, if carbon dioxide has accumulated in an area, it is quickly dispersed with the wind or absorbed by plants. So in case then carbon dioxide is accumulated in our atmosphere, that time what will happen? Yes, that is absorbed by plants. For what? Yes, for during that photosynthesis process. So when comparing that sedimentation cycle, gaseous cycle is more speedier. Understood, children? In a gaseous cycle, elements move through the atmosphere. Children, see here one more comparison here, gaseous cycle and sedimentary cycle. Gaseous cycle, elements move through the atmosphere, but here in sedimentary cycle, elements move from land to water, that means from lithosphere to hydrosphere, and here atmosphere. Now understood? So gaseous cycle, elements move through the atmosphere, and sedimentary cycle, that elements move from land to water. And the next one is main reservoir are the atmosphere and the ocean. Okay, and here what will come? Sedimentary cycle, that main reservoirs are the soil and sedimentary rocks. Already you know, isn't it? So children, once again you have to tell, in a gaseous cycle that elements move through the atmosphere. Instead of that atmosphere, in sedimentary cycle what will come? Land to water, that means lithosphere and to hydrosphere. Okay, understood, children? Next one is the cycle of gases and the sedimentary cycle cannot be completely separated from each other. Both are that related. How it is? I will tell you. The cycle of gases and the sedimentary cycle cannot be completely separated from each other. Okay, for example here, first one is nitrogen. Nitrogen is, you know that our atmosphere contains, yes, nitrogen. 78% of nitrogen, isn't it? Nitrogen is present in the form of a gas in the atmosphere. So that nitrogen is present in atmosphere at the same time and in the form of compounds like nitrogen oxide in the soil and sediments. So that gaseous cycle and sedimentary cycle both are connected. Okay, both are related each other. See here this statement, yes, that cycles of gases and the sedimentary cycle cannot be completely separated from each other. It is that interconnected. Okay, see here that example, that nitrogen is present in the form of gas in atmosphere, at the same time it is present in the soil in the form of compounds, that means nitrogen oxide. And one more example is here, carbon. Carbon occurs in abiotic form mainly in coal, granite, diamond, limestone, etc. That means in the earth's crust, and in the form of carbon dioxide gas in the it is in atmosphere. So carbon also occurs in the form of coal, granite, diamond, limestone in the earth's crust. At the same time, carbon is present in where? Carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Okay, so carbon is present in gaseous also, and at the same time sedimentary cycle also. That means sedimentation inside the earth. So next one, children. So now children, we had studied about that biogeochemical cycle. What is the definition of that? What are the types? And next one is, what is the importance of biogeochemical cycle? And here some biogeochemical cycle we are going to study. For in your 9th standard, you are going to study 3 cycles. First one is carbon cycle, oxygen cycle, nitrogen cycle. how it is happening. Okay, so we will see one by one. This session I am going to teach carbon cycle. The steps of carbon cycle I am going to teach. Are you ready, children? So the carbon cycle. The circulation, what is the definition of that carbon cycle? See here, the circulation and recycling. The circulation and recycling of carbon from the atmosphere to living organisms. So see here, the circulation and recycling of carbon atmosphere, from the atmosphere to living organism, and after their death, after the death of the living organism, it will again back to the atmosphere. That is called the carbon cycle. So that carbon, it will circulate from the atmosphere to living organism. From the living organisms, after their death, it will go to, yes, it will go to the atmosphere again. So that's why it is called what? Carbon cycle. Abiotic carbon atoms are circulated and recycled into biotic form mainly through photosynthesis and respiration. Already you know, isn't it, that from the atmosphere that absorbing that carbon dioxide. So that process is called what? Photosynthesis. So during respiration, that carbon dioxide is released. So see here, children, that second abiotic carbon atoms are circulated and recycled into biotic form mainly through photosynthesis and respiration. That's why hence this carbon cycle is one of the important geochemical cycle. Now I will teach about the steps of carbon cycle. Children, are you? Steps of carbon cycle. First one is, plants convert carbon dioxide into carbohydrates by the process of photosynthesis. Plants, that means producers, convert carbon dioxide into carbohydrates. Okay, during the photosynthesis, that plants produce their food. That means their food means it contains what? It is called what? Carbohydrates. By the process of photosynthesis in the presence of chlorophyll pigment. Okay, this is the first step. Second one is, who will eat this plant? That means who will eat producers? Herbivores. Herbivores feed upon plants. Third point is, carnivores feed upon herbivores. We will it already we studied, isn't it? So carnivores feed upon herbivores. So children, once again I will repeat here. First step, you have to write that photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Plants convert carbon dioxide into carbohydrates by the process of photosynthesis. Okay. Second point, who will eat that plants? Yes, herbivores. Herbivores feeds upon plants. Next one, carnivores. Carnivores will eat herbivores. Carnivores feed upon herbivores. Understood, children? This is 3 steps. Next one is, in this way, biotic carbon is transported from plants to herbivores, from herbivores to carnivores, from carnivores to apex consumer. So like this way, that carbon is transported from plants to, yes, herbivores, from herbivores to carnivores, from carnivores to apex consumers. Okay, afterwards what will happen? After death, all type of consumer, that means carnivores or herbivores, are decomposed by, already you know, it is decomposed by decomposers, that means like bacteria and fungi, and carbon dioxide is released again into the atmosphere and is used again by living organism. So children, understood this step? Yes, after death, all type of consumer are decomposed by decomposers, that means bacteria and fungi, that means microorganisms. Okay, and carbon dioxide is released again into the atmosphere and is used again by living organisms. So it is called what? Carbon cycle. Understood, children? In this way, carbon is continuously passed on from one living organism to another. So first, that carbon, it is absorbed, carbon is absorbed from the atmosphere with the help of that plants. So from plants, that means producer, it will go to herbivores. From herbivores it will go to carnivores. From carnivores it will go to apex consumer. After the death of these organisms, that it will go to, yes, again that decomposes or decompose that organisms, and afterwards that carbon is released back to the atmosphere. So in this way carbon is continuously passed on from one living organism to another. Understood, children? So children, see here, this is the carbon cycle. Yes, here sunlight, so it is the main source of our ecosystem. Okay, and next one is from the sunlight who will get energy? Yes, plants, that means producers. Producers are getting energy with the help of which process? Photosynthesis. And the next one is, yes, see here children, plants. And the next one is here, that carbon dioxide is released. Carbon dioxide is released here, and here photosynthesis, that carbon dioxide, that carbon will transfer from plants to animal. Carbon will transfer from plants to animal. Okay, and afterwards, after the death of this animal, it will pass to, yes, atmosphere. Understood? So here sunlight, with the help of the sunlight and atmosphere, here carbon dioxide, in this way that plant can make their food, and afterwards this carbon will transfer from these producers to animal. Death of this animal, what will happen? Yes, it will again pass to our, it will again go to our atmosphere. Okay, so from the atmosphere it will go to plants, and it will come to, yes, animals, and afterwards after the death it will go to atmosphere. So like this the cyclic process is going on. Understood, children? So that today what we had studied, importance of biogeochemical cycle. So children, what we had studied, importance of biogeochemical cycle. What is the importance? Why it is necessary? Cyclical flow of nutrients, isn't it? So without biogeochemical cycle, that living organism cannot survive in the earth. And next one is carbon cycle. So today that types of biogeochemical cycle, and which one is speedier, that speedier of biogeochemical cycle, that also we saw. Which one is speed? Yes, gaseous cycle, and example also we saw. And the next one is importance of biogeochemical cycle, and next one is carbon cycle, steps of carbon cycle also we saw today. And one more thing we are going to study now, that is main process in the carbon cycle. Children, this equation, it is in your textbook. I will explain you now. You have to listen. Yes, first one is carbon dioxide combined with water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. That means chlorophyll, where it is present? Plants. So that is the green color pigment. Okay, so this first step is what? Photosynthesis. First step is what? Photosynthesis. See here, that carbon dioxide is combined with water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Plants make their food. So this is what? Carbohydrate, that means glucose, C6H12O6. So children, you have to study the molecular formula of this glucose. Yes, C6H12O6 plus water and oxygen. So carbon dioxide is combined with water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. That means it gives to what? Plants are making their food, that is what? Glucose, that means carbohydrate, plus which one is a byproduct here? Water and oxygen. And the next one is, see here, carbohydrate, that means glucose, and plus oxygen, and here this process will happen, it's happening in mitochondria. It gives to what? Carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. It's a cellular respiration. See here children. Second one is, so this carbohydrate plus oxygen. It is the respiration, okay, cellular respiration. That carbon glucose, that means carbohydrate, is combined with oxygen in the mitochondria. Where it is present mitochondria, already you know, it is one of the cell organelles, isn't it? So it is a powerhouse of the cell. So inside the mitochondria, that carbohydrate is combined with oxygen to give what? Byproduct is what? Is energy and water plus carbon dioxide. So these two steps are very important process in carbon cycle. Okay, first step is what? That is photosynthesis. Second one is respiration, cellular respiration. See here children, first one I'll read once again. Carbon dioxide is combined with water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. It gives to which one is produced? Yes, carbohydrate plus water and oxygen. So it is a photosynthesis. Next one is, next step is what? Next process is cellular respiration. That means carbohydrate is combined with oxygen in that mitochondria, inside the mitochondria, and what is formed? Energy. Our cells are getting energy with the help of this process. And which one is formed with them? Yes, carbon dioxide and water. Understood children? So today we had studied about that importance of biogeochemical cycle, steps of carbon cycle. So I hope you understood what are the steps of carbon cycle. So two cycles are remaining still, that is oxygen and nitrogen. That I will teach you next session. Children understood? Thank you children. Sai Ram.